All right, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be trying out a few locations here to navigate to before we find, hopefully, an edge case that FSD has struggled with in the past. It's the thin chain test, or I guess it could be a rope or whatever it may be, but in this case I believe it's going to be a chain. We got to see if FSD is going to see it. This is the latest FSD 14.3.4, and we are on the latest software version 2026.14.6.12. So we'll see. I haven't had the opportunity to test this thin chain test in a while. When I first discovered it, it was actually in a parking lot where they had just blocked off part of the parking lot because that particular location was under construction or something like that. It was not a normal situation. Like, I don't think it's a good idea for them to make something not so visible to block off a road, but that's what they did. So FSD is going to have to be able to handle situations like that. Now, this particular situation, we are navigating to Big Pie in the Sky, and it looks like we're going to be going behind a Publix. So definitely not the route I would choose to go. We're going to drive over these rocks. I'm not really happy about that. So this is one of those situations where I would basically never drive behind a shopping center like this, and this is bad navigation. So actually I'll report it. Navigation, and then I'll just re-engage it there. Just want to report it. I I got a comment the other day where they were saying, like, make sure you report everything so that it goes back to Tesla. Well, these videos, I'm typically just trying to let it do whatever it's going to do, and not necessarily, okay, that one, I'll still say it's navigation, but I didn't like the way it was going to go over that manhole cover there. Anyway, so typically I would just do these videos and not disengage at all, if possible, only if it's a critical disengagement, because also it may be parking somewhere where I wouldn't typically want it to park or whatever. But in my normal everyday driving, I would never have let it drive behind that building. I would have just disengaged when we came into the parking lot initially, and maybe re-engaged, but either way I would have reported it as navigation because that's what the problem was. So I did a fine job of parking here. However, we did, of course, already disengage twice. It wasn't critical at all on that manhole cover. I don't think it would have scraped it, but it was definitely not comfortable to me to drive over it that way. So are we going to do a 3-point turn? How many point turn? Yep. All right. It definitely, it's funny because you can see in the cameras that it has enough space to make a lot of these turns, and it will just kind of chicken out and not get as close to the curb or whatever, or the car, as it could, because it has a camera. I mean, I'm okay with a couple extra turns just to make sure we're not going to hit anything, obviously, like a curb or something like that. Definitely won't want to do that, but also sometimes it takes a lot longer for it to actually park or get out of a space because of that extreme caution that is often unnecessary. All right, so this other location here is just in the same parking lot, so it should be simple enough to do. What are we doing? Oh, we're backing into a space. All right. I thought we were gonna actually. There's not. Well, there's parking over there, so I would have thought we would have parked like over by the location that we were going to, according to the navigation. But we didn't. So that's fine. So here's another example of, navigation where I would not let it do this navigation normally, but we'll go ahead and let it do it today. And you can't force it to particular direction anymore with turn signal, which is unfortunate. Because I would have, given it a right turn signal and made it not go all the way back over here. And instead, we're just going to let it do what it's going to do. But again, these are situations where I would, in everyday driving, I would disengage it. So it's always like, well, I should say almost always these parking lot situations where it's going the wrong way around a parking lot, or it's just taking a route that I don't want, or it's just parking where I don't want it to park or how I want it to park. So that's the overwhelming majority of disengagements these days. But now we're going to head to Home Depot and we'll just see. I'm not going to be able to get it to automatically navigate into the area that has those chains, I don't believe. I think they've kind of blocked it off for maybe like trucks or something. I'm not really sure what the purpose is. But I'm going to see if FSD can actually see those chains or not. And it'd be nice if Home Depot would keep those chains up so that we could actually test it again in the future. But we'll have to see if that's the case. People cutting the corner here, as always. FSD kind of reacted to that, but it did so quickly and smoothly. So I was not upset with that. Let's see which way we're going to go to Home Depot. It looks like pretty standard here. So the chains are actually on this back side of the parking lot. So that's where we'll need to go. It's obviously going to try to park in the front of the parking lot, or at least closer to the building. Oh, there's like an accident or something here. I'm going to... maybe they just pulled somebody over. I don't know. No, it looks like an accident. So I went ahead and I just changed our navigation. But yeah, it looks like an accident over here. All right. No big deal. I mean, we could have driven around it. It was not blocking the road. It was kind of off to the side. All right. I don't know why this guy's that guy was getting out there. Didn't really seem like he was watching. FSD like pumped the brakes a little bit there, but it was appropriate in my opinion, because that guy did not look like he was going to stop. All right, so this route to Home Depot should work just fine. Got some more stop signs, and honestly, it was a little bit more interesting with that reaction with that car back there. Just the other day, I had a situation where a kid... Oh, we just kind of went through that puddle. It was fine, but I don't know. Sometimes you wonder if it should try to avoid those puddles because it could be a big pothole or something in there. So, I don't know. Something to look out for. But just the other day, I had in the neighborhood, a kid just like ran down the driveway. I think they had like a moving truck or something like that, but couldn't see him until the last second. And FSD did a great job of reacting to him as soon as, like, it was just an instant reaction to that kid that looked like he was going to just run right out into the street. Thankfully, he didn't run past the trailer that was kind of blocking that side of the street. where I had to drive. He didn't run out into that, thankfully, but it was definitely startling. All right, so here it is. We have these thin chains up here. I'm going to go ahead and let FSD park, I think. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm not really sure. It's kind of doing a weird thing to park here, but yeah, I think I would just go ahead and actually disengage. Well, that's all right. I'll let it go ahead and park. Let's see what it's going to do as far as parking at Home Depot. This is definitely a location where I wouldn't want to necessarily be close to another vehicle, and this is actually a very good parking spot, in my opinion. Not too close to any other cars, not crazy far away from Home Depot. Pretty good space. Let's see, did it get... Yeah, and it did a pretty good job parking in the space. So now I'm going to actually manually drive it over here to these chains. See if we can see about testing it on one of these. It's going to be tricky trying to get it to actually navigate through where those chains are. I guess this guy's waiting for me. Yeah, he's waiting for me. Okay. All right, so it says no parking. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get it to see this first chain here. I will drop a pin. Just drop a pin right over here. Say navigate to there. And let's see if it will try to drive through these chains over here. It is turning left out of the space. Or is it? It's kind of not doing anything at the moment. I'm not really sure why it's not driving. Alright, it's just tapped. Okay. I tapped the accelerator. Alright, here it is. Thin chain test. Okay. Nice. Okay, so it saw that chain and definitely was like, okay, can't go that way. I don't know what it's doing. I guess it's parking. It's thinking like, well, we're close enough. Can't actually get there. Interesting. All right. So it didn't take the bait, you know. So I don't know for sure if it saw that chain or if it was just feeling like it was close enough. So I'm going to navigate a little bit further away. Again, it's turning left, like it's going to go through that chain. It's really hesitant, which is good. And yeah, it definitely stops like right before it hits that chain. So that's a good sign. Now this one's a white chain or silver, hard to tell. Steel chain. I think there's another one over here that is yellow. Let's see if we can check out that yellow one. See if that makes any difference. It's also a little bit low, hanging a little bit lower. Now this one over here, this one has a sign on it, so it's very easy to see that one. This one is down. So I'm just gonna drive through here. See if we can navigate somewhere far away. I'm gonna just, man, this is like not where I'd want to drive, but this one seems less visible. Of course, we've got other obstructions on the road. I'm gonna navigate further away over here so that hopefully, if for sure, we'll try to get out All right, so it says it's going to navigate through this. I've already kind of set it up to go down the street. Oh, it immediately reversed. Immediately reversed. Interesting. Well, I was trying to get it to. Let's try to get it to go that way. This one again. Oh, so it can't go that way either. That one's obviously blocked. This one's open. It didn't choose that route. Didn't choose this route. Here's going to go for that same chain that we were testing before, but from the other direction. It seems a lot more. It seems a lot more willing to go towards it. But it still sees it. It still sees it. But we can't park here. This is nowhere near our destination. Okay, good. It is turning around. I mean, it can see that chain for sure, but I want to see that. I want to see if it can see the yellow chain, and it's not reacting to those trucks that's behind that yellow chain. So I'm gonna give it a chance here to go ahead and attempt to go down there again. There's a chain everywhere except the end. So if it goes past this one, and it does, okay. Yeah, let's just do this one. Whoop. There's a big stick in the road, which I don't like. So far, it hasn't done anything wrong. I'm trying to force it to go this way. Let's go. Nope. No, it definitely sees that chain. So that's better than it was in the past. I think I need to push it to do this one chain over here, which is a little bit harder to see. I'm just gonna. This one's pretty bright, but this one looks pretty hard to see. Like, definitely, if it was at night, I bet it would have a hard time, but we'll see. All right, go this way. And it just won't do it. I mean, that's a good sign. It's a good sign. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I mean, I cannot force it to go to these chains. And now you can see it, I'm sure you can see it in the video, but you can also see it here in the camera. Definitely something you wouldn't want to hit. It would definitely be not nice to your car, but that's a pretty thin chain. So I'm not willing to call this one totally solved. I would actually like to try it maybe at night sometime and see if it can see those chains at night just as well as it can see those chains during the day. But it immediately responded each time I tried to go through one of those chains. It immediately said, nope, we're not going through it. It reversed and it just went the other direction. So that is a good sign for sure. Not definitive, and in all situations, need to get some thinner wires probably to test it with, but still, like I said, a very good sign. All right, so my other camera did overheat, it looks like, so hopefully it took the video of all that, but definitely a good sign about this thin chain test. I'm going to do some more attempts, maybe different times of the day, and also see if we can find any other chains anywhere that are blocking a path that it goes. But this time I was very impressed with how quickly it responded every time, and it would usually respond very early. Like, even that initial attempt when I was telling it to go through the chain, like, it was like hesitant to even start going that direction. And then every time we did it, it immediately would put it in reverse. It would turn around and go a different direction. So it even was anticipating it when it would go to try to turn down a certain direction. It was like, oh, I don't want to go that way because that's not available. So very good sign for the thin chain test. But like I said, I think we need to, before I call it as something that's solved, we need to see it in some other scenarios. try to be a little bit more challenging if we can. But anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.